ladies, wonderful gentlemen, good morning, good afternoon, however you are viewing this video, what it do with you. This is a touchy topic, a serious topic. This is a very broad topic because, it's many different layers to it. It's like a cake. It's like one of those celebrity birthday cakes. But you don't know what's about to pop up out this cake, though. Shout out to you if you want to tap in. And if you tap in, folks, I want you to give yourself a like. That's the new thing. If you are here watching the videos, you like it for yourself. Get tap and give it yourself a like. Give yourself a thumbs up for checking in. You know what I'm saying? That's how it is. Don't do it for me. Do it for you because you tapped in and you getting this blessing. I'm gonna repeat that when people start, coming in. But just for you people who's watching right now, as you press that button and you watch and you hear my words, give it a thumbs up because you are on the deck. Yo, check this out. You know what I'm saying? In the world, there's so much that we can be talking about. There's so much that we can be doing that's so great and positive. But because we have such evil in the world, we have to address certain agenda. And folks, the sex demon is a demon that is very, very nourishing. That sexual demon. So we're going to talk about the sex god that has a lot of folks, doing weird things such as Sean Diddy Combs. And we also going to dig into his accusers because not only is Sean Diddy Combs crazy, all the Diddies, they crazy, but those people who also are out there, shout out to you, thank you. All those folks who's out there who's engaging in this activity, knowing this activity. A lot of them be from churches, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of church girls that really who know has a relationship with God and they understand what it is, but they still indulge in it because of they want to be part of the life. A lot of people when they grow up in the church, what happens is, especially our young ladies, they grow up in the church at such a young age, and when they actually start, being around their friends, which are, little demons, saying what happens with them is they want to, indulge in the world. And that's when most of those little girls get caught up. And it's like no turning back from there. Because once you can shame a person, embarrass a person, you got something on them. And that's how the sex gods work. They use your sexual, your sexual behavior to use it against you. And then they also use your embarrassment and shame to use that against you. So a lot of folks they know that when it comes to being young and being sexually active, being young and having a baby or being pregnant at a young age, and then you be protected by your parents, and they get rid of the child. So a lot of young girls going through major trauma because of the sexual demon. So we're going to talk to you about the sexual demon that has a major possession over Sean Combs and many of these celebrities. Because when you get in that position where you have money coming in, and now your talents is working for you, and your talents is bringing in the riches. Now all you have is time on your hand because you have the money, you have the power, you have the resources. You good, you living good. So what else is there to do but eat food, eat, and be merry. Merry, merry, merry Christmas. To you, every day's like Christmas. And you know what's your gift? Some sex. And now you want a different gift. So you want more different types of sex. And you want more gifts because you're just rich. And every time you get more wealth, it's like this. Every time your wealth just stacks up, it's like a quarter, saying then it stacks up. Once it stacks up, let me put this right here. Once it just keeps stacking and stacking, folks, and keeps stacking and stacking, it's like, what do I do next? Where do I do it next? How do I do it? Oh, let's do it on a pile of money this time. And it just keeps stacking up and stacking up and stacking up, and you're doing it different ways. And it's like, you know what I'm saying? You're just stacking up. But folks, it doesn't mean that, okay, oh, it's fun. Oh, I had a great time but you're indulging deeper and deeper in the sex god. Especially if these are not your marriage partners. This is not your husband, your wife. If we just indulging in it and we just indulging it, we got addicted to the sex god. The sex god is there with you when you're in the bed by yourself and you start masturbating. The sex god is always around you once you learn about sex. So let's understand what we are dealing with right now. We're talking about a sexual lust, a sexual god, a lust god. That once you get it in your bloodstream, it's very hard to get the sexual lust god out. This sexual lust god will roll with you from day one all the way to your dying bed. The sexual lust God, and that's what we are dealing with right now, and we're going to get into it, folks. So like I say, as you tap in, please hit that like button, because it makes me feel happy. It makes me feel as if, me giving my hour to 3 hours to you in commentary is worth it. So shout out to you as you tap in, you give a like. All right, folks, like I said, this is gonna be an interesting topic. It's been something I've been holding off for a few days. I'm kind of mad at myself. I should have once I seen the issue, and I start writing my notes. It was like 4 days ago. Should maybe 5 days ago. I should have just jumped on and really went with it. Okay, but folks, this wasn't. I mean, trust me when I say this is a topic that, although it's like, oh, we got some news, this ain't me, you know what I'm saying? Because you got to understand, me, when I came to these YouTube streets, it was really specifically to gather my resources, my finances. But because I am a advocate for Black Power, this I realized, okay, you have a spotlight, you have people that's listening. I know they might be in California, someone might be in DC, someone might be in Virginia, others might be in Florida. People's all scattered, but at least they're hearing your message. So then I've decided, let me keep my message going online. But folks, really, this is not me to be online talking about a lot of different issues. But as being an activist, a community activist, this is very important for me to get this message to you. So, yes, we got notes, okay, and we're going to go line for line on this situation, because I want you to get it. Because I'm not advocating for that dude Sean Combs, but when you look at all this that's going on with this situation, you will realize the mental therapy is definitely needed. Because when you okay, once you get the scary part out of when you talk about good and evil, God and the demon, when you get all the scary part about talking about the devil, when you can get the scary part out, when we talk about people dealing with demonic entities, demonic behavior, that's a form of mental health. And so once we can really understand that mental health, that mental health problem that most of us have, dealing with these demons that's trying to bring us down and keep us down, that low vibration, because that's what the devil is, the low vibration. And anybody who's in down and out, depressed, that's when the demon can really get you. My big toe really hurts right now, folks. I don't know why, but that's a side note. But when you are moving in that low vibration, depression, family breaking up, uh, drug addiction in the household, when you be dealing with all these low vibrational things, the demon is definitely around that household. Okay, so we gotta understand that the sex god is really, really a damaging god, because it knows your sexual desires is things that please you, pleasure. Pleasure brings happiness. Happiness brings joy. And when you have joy, that's when the devil's there, because he wants to steal your joy and steal your happiness. So, folks, if you got children, please protect your babies, protect your girls, protect your children from these lustful demons. Don't allow TV in the household that's really showing nothing but lustful stuff, because it cut that music out. Trust me, if you don't want this demon to attack your children, don't be blasting this music in the cars while they sitting in the cars with you. Don't be playing that adult stuff around these kids, because these children want to mimic, and they want to be what they're not, which is older. They want to be what they're not, which is grown. Once you realize that your children want to be something that they're not, that's when these demons can come to them. Once the children want to be something that they are not. That's very important. When your children want to be something that they are not, and most of your children want to be grown, most of your children want to be on their own when they still need to be underneath your tutelage. So that's the key in life. Don't let your children be what they want to be, because what they want to be is something that the demon will come and interfere with. So let's jump into this. I hope I'm not destroying her name. Is Adria. Let me take 2 seconds and then I'll be right back for 1 second. Forgive me. Uh, for real, forgive me. Damn it, I don't even think I can do what I want to do. But I know I'm probably gonna be saying her name wrong, so I'm probably most likely going to just keep saying Miss English. But her name is spelled Adria, so I'm thinking it's Adria English. Okay, this young lady, Adria English. Just you wanted the spotlight, my dear. You got the spotlight. You wanted recognition, my dear. You got your recognition. You wanted it. And folks, she is a victim, but yet still she's also one of the predators. And this is the scary thing when predators turn around and try to become victims. When sexual predators turn around and they become the victim. And that's what's scary about what's going on in this world. We have a lot of people playing like they victims, and they actually the predator. They the villains. You have a lot of people who are villains who's playing like they the victims. No, you the villain. You're not the victim. It's like it's a V attack. You know what I'm saying? We being viciously attacked by individuals, and then they turn around when they come to court and they try to become the victims. And so Adria English, to me, well, before I really give my personal opinion, let's get the rundown. Okay, back in 2009, she said she was dating some dude named Quincy. No, I apologize. No, that 2000, that's Quincy. That's erase that thought. Let's go forward. 2009 is in the future. Let's go back to more into the past. Quincy was Sean Combs' son. Excuse me, I got my notes all over the place. That was just a side note that I ran out of room at the bottom, so I put that at the top. Excuse me. Let's go start that over. Adria English. Hit that like button, folks. This is live commentary. No editing. Okay? She was a fan first. She was young. She was in college. She was young. She was pretty. The light skin pretty. Remember back in the day, school days, the light skin, dark skin. She was one of those light skin pretty girls from California. So let's really understand. She was a light skinned pretty girl from California who wanted to be in the mix. She wanted spotlight. She could spit, she could rap. You know what I'm saying? She could sing. She wanted to entertain. She wanted to be an entertainer. This is back in the days when becoming an entertainer was really, really was the option. That it was nothing else in the world that people wanted to do except for be an entertainer. Early '90s, when being in the spotlight was wide open, when torches were being passed down, Janet Jackson handed down her torch, trying to find the next pop diva. When Patti LaBelle was passing her torch, looking for the next R&B diva. You understand? When all the torches was being passed down, people was there, and they was trying to get in the mix by all means. And when you talk about fans, when you talk about groupies, that's a different level of humans. You have people who might be a consumer and might enjoy and like your music, like your art, like your craft, but then you might also have those individuals who are true fans. Now, a fan is one thing, but a groupie, that's a whole nother ball game. A fan is a person who might sit in front of the doors for the concert, camp out there, have their friends out there with them. They camp out there and they just stay there the whole night because they want to be in the first in line. They want to get the first ticket. This is a fan. We gotta understand what a fan is. We gotta understand what the groupies are, because there was a lot of fans back in the early '90s of hip hop and the whole industry and that spotlight, and there was a lot of groupies. When hip hop really, really became mainstream, the groupies of hip hop was a different level of groupies. Because when you talk about black women becoming groupies, and you talk about a lot of street girls becoming groupies and fans, that becomes a real Pandora's box. When you have your groupies who are street girls, when you have your groupies who are fangirls, when you have your groupies who are accustomed to a certain lifestyle, that is when the drama comes. And this young lady, Adria English, she seems as if she was that type. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I believe she's like 40. Oh, damn, I don't have that note. I'm mad about that. I don't have her exact age. I believe let's say she's 40, between the ages of 45, 40 and 49 and 45. Let's just give her those ages. She's between the age of 40, between the age of 40 to 49. 40, okay, she's in between those ages. I apologize for not having her exact age. I should have had that. Okay. And prior to her meeting Diddy, prior to her moving to New York City, prior to that, her story starts off with her dealing with a boyfriend. Now, women who deals with men and they bring your freaky side out in you, you know what I'm saying? Get your freak on. Get your freak on. Get your freak on. You understand, when we be listening to those songs, she's a super freak. Super freak. She's super freaky. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That was possession songs. That's possession music. When you have Missy Elliott talk about get your freak on, you have Rick James talk about she's a super freak. Then you got Nicki Minaj remixing the super freak. Folks, these are like spells, castings that they put in your head, because the sex god needs these spells to be cast in your heads, because it needs you to still remain sexual. Because a lot of things in God's world, they was trying to take away these sexual demons out of you. And so you hear gospel, you hear a word, you hear somebody say something. So every time sex demons are leaving you, the sex god needs musicians to keep putting it in your head. Because see, your ears is as close as your brain. So these sex guys got to use the music to get in your head. Because music gets into your head much faster than study, reading, and anything. Music gets into your head much faster than anything. It's because you listening right here. And when you have the music that's really like the beats, boom, 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 it's right in your ear. So your brain is getting direct contact from these demons. And now you're not able to hear when God's trying to give you contact. So now you have these people with the sex gods on them, in them. And that was Adria. Now it's so weird, but it's like some people can have sympathy for these people, and people like me, like I said, I have to take time out before I give my personal opinion on the situation, because I'm going to have to give it to you as raw as possible. This is not easy. Now, I'm doing this live because, like I said, I'm bringing this all to one point, because it was said that Donald Trump is on the tape with this young lady right here. How did she get on the tape? She's all the way from California. How did she get in the tape to be with Donald Trump? It's because of the way this rabbit hole goes. Can you imagine being a CIA? Like, how do you become a CIA agent? How do you become an informant for the government? You have to be willing to do. You have to be a special agent. You have to be willing to do what others won't do. You have to be able to do. You have to have a cold heart to be a certain type of special agent. To be a special type of informant, you have to really be able to shut down from the world. And when you're a sexual agent, as this young lady was, you have to have the ability to not care nothing about nobody, your morals and others, only thing that you really care about is getting that money. And that's why there was a major season of get money, F bitches, enough niggas, get money. Understand, the music that they kept putting out there was for you to devalue yourself, but get money. Yo, I'm get my money. It's all about this money. And so once the people had that attitude, those people was more welcome than anybody. As long as you have the I gotta get this money attitude, more than yo, I have this talent and I want to shine and I can sing. I just want the world to hear my voice. Once you get rid of that, and you gotta, man, I gotta get this money by all means. What I need to do, we got you now. We want you to sign right here. And so it's really about getting talentless people to push the agenda of getting this money. So once they figured it out, I'm talking about these industry people, I'm talking about these musical demons. Once the musical demons figured out of how they can keep this ongoing faucet going, spewing this H2O, hell 2O, when we could turn on this faucet that's going to sprinkle this liquid fire, hell 2O, H2O, they never turned off that fire hydrant. Okay, folks, and they got those folks who that was the whole thing. That's why making a band became big. Find thirsty people and make them do any and everything that you want them to do because they want that money. Get money is the attitude. Get money is the attitude. Now, I know many people watched many videos about this young lady. And this, I should have dropped this first video a long time. I should have. But I let all these other people talk about it. But they're not going to talk about it on a direction and angle I'm going about it, because the direction and angle I'm going about it is way different. It's a different angle. Why? Because we are breaking it down from the mentality of the so-called accuser, but the so-called victim. Because like I said, a lot of these women became the monsters. A lot of these women became the same monsters that they call monsters, which is very spooky. You gotta pay attention to this girl. Okay? She has no choice but to throw Sean Combs underneath the bus, because she herself, okay, is accomplice. See, I didn't really want to talk, but I'm going to have to give it to as real as possible. I look at her as being an accomplice. And I'm going to break it down to you why she's an accomplice. She was part of the whole shenanigans. She was part of, because this man waved a microphone in front of her face. He waved the microphone like a carrot. She was like a donkey. And she wanted something in the industry, and Sean Combs put a microphone in front of her, put it on her, and she's chasing the microphone all this time, running around, and she can never get it because the microphone is right in front of her, but there's no way she can reach it. There's no way she was going to be able to reach the level that she wanted to reach, going in that, traveling that path with that individual, because he had no usage for her musically. A lot of times these producers, we know if you really got the skills or talent, but it's what we can use you for. And obviously, because she never came out with music, obviously, she's nobody musically. Obviously, she didn't have that real deal talent, but she had another skill. And she had skills for the sex demons. And so she was used. And she didn't care because she was in the mix. So let's get into it. Let's do the breakdown of this young lady's come up, because right now this is the most famous she's ever been since her sex tapes. Okay, this is the most famous this young lady has been since her sex tapes, and that's what got her on the map. Okay, so she first started out, she had her boyfriend I believe at the age of 19. She was with the guy young age, and as they was together, I guess she was a freak. And ladies, it's nice and cool, to have sex and everything. But when you become super freaky with these guys, because you're trying to keep them around, you become super freaky, you got to know who you're dealing with. Because if you're dealing with a guy who's about getting money, if you're dealing with a guy who's trying to get money in the streets and you freaky, you got to be careful, girls. It's different if you being freaky and your boyfriend is going to school and trying to make something out of himself. It's different. But when you have a dude who admires street life activity, and you a freak, especially in the 90s, that was a sign for you to be turned out. And so that was a season where a lot of men was trying to turn out their girls. They was trying to make them, they was trying to get them to have sex with two girls so they can have two women at the same time. There was a lot of things that was going on sexually. And the music itself was making us become so sexually active and such sex demons that we didn't care where we did it, who we did it with. And if you did care, you know what I'm saying, you still didn't really care because that sex demon always had you. And you just wanted to get a little more freakier and freakier so that you had no cares about how you did it. What do you say, backseat in my Jeep, let's swing an episode, LL, bump and grind, you know, the Jeep, you know, car, you know, there was so much music in the 90s relating to sex in cars and sex outdoors and just having sex anywhere and just being, you know, kinky and like I say, kinky. So now let's get to this young lady. So her family was really into the church. Okay, she had a church family. I believe the father was, he held the mic, and I believe, you know, he was that dude that was a minister, I believe, you know what I'm saying? Maybe I'm wrong. My notes wasn't 100%, you know what I'm saying? But let's get into it. According to her, she was dating, you know, like she dated a guy. He turned out and got her to, you know, get involved with making porn. You know, RJ, you know, what's his name? RJ, Brandy brother. Sex tapes. How did Kim Kardashian become famous? A sex tape. Remember, that was 2000s. Sex tape. What did R. Kelly get caught with? Sex tape with the young girl. Sex tape. That was in the 90s or late 90s. Sex tape, right? So sex tapes back in the early 90s. Porn, getting a girl turned on in the 90s was real big, yo. Like I say, pimping, all that was scary because everybody, the music really starts shifting that direction. So when you have your young ladies and like, you know, when you have your young ladies and they now engaging in the music and they engaging with the drinking and the club hopping and all that stuff and the hip hop music, like I say, the groupies and the fans really come out, and when they're coming out from the street life type of lifestyle, this is where you have to draw the line. You have to draw the line. But like I say, a lot of these girls had no guidance. They were dealing with mental health issues. They kept going forward. So this young lady, she said she did 8 videos. And it's the way she's saying, like, I only did 8 in the course of like 6 years or something, you know, or 6 months. So she said she did 8 videos in the course of 6 months. She's sitting here in her mind, that's nothing, right? She's convincing herself that like that's nothing. There's women who do 50, hundreds of videos in that time frame. And so she's like, 8, 6 is nothing. That was nothing. You know what I'm saying? I was gonna have sex anyway. So what's 6 videos? She's trying to make it seem like it's nothing. It was 8 videos. 8 videos is videos that will haunt you to this very day. When I moved into this room, this dude had bags and bags of videos that was in the room. And you know, I'm like, damn. And I'm looking at the tapes. I'm like, yo, this date says 2001. And you look like, damn, this young girl on this video right now, she's an older woman right now. And here I am in 2020 seeing something that she made in 2001. I'm like, wow, I wonder what you're doing with your life right now. So all those young girls that was in these porno movies and porn tapes, you didn't become no Pam Grier. You didn't become Pam Grier. And so you thought you was gonna be a Pam Grier. Those black exploitation movies, you thought you was gonna be a Pam Grier, but you didn't become a Pam Grier. All you was a porn star, hoping that one day it's gonna open up a door for you. But that door never opened for you. And so this is why it's deep and spooky for you women who's chasing these fantasy dreams of being a superstar, and your talent is not going to sell itself, so you have to sell yourself. Your talent's not going to sell itself, so you got to sell yourself. So, like I said, she was a groupie. She was a dancer. Okay, she went from dancing to doing, VIP. I guess. Obviously, the girls they always say they dancer, but then what's the difference? There's got to be a difference between dancer and performing sexual acts. Why is that? Every time my women they doing the sexual acts, they always just say I was a dancer. So if you was a dancer, was you just going out there doing your thing, doing your little set, stripping and doing a little lap dance or two, and then you get your money, you go? Or was you, what do you call a person who's do the dancing but also do the sexual part of it? What you call that? So you was prostituting at the time. I don't know what other name to call it. I don't know. But we always say dancer, but how was you dancing and you doing videos? How do you correlate the two? How you say you was a dancer and you did eight adult videos? What do dancing have to do with doing sex videos? So there gotta be a different name that we try to cover up by saying a dancer. So fellas, when you meet a girl, she says she's a dancer, is she not a ballet dancer, a tap dancer? You know what I'm saying? If she's not a dancer like that, she's more than a dancer. She's more than a stripper. Because see, a dancer, a stripper will call it what she is. She goes out there and she strips. She's a stripper. But when you say I'm a dancer nowadays, you don't know what a dancer is. And they dancing in the bed. That's what they doing, dance in the bed. So she has no problem to dance in the bed. This is the type of female we listening to right now. This is the victims. These are the type of victims that's why they don't want to come out, folks. A lot of these victims, and this would protect Diddy, because a lot of these victims are also your villains because of the type of women they are. They are about that life. They are of that life. So this boyfriend that now she has, she's in college and she's dating this boy, and this boy, he's a level up now in her life because he's a mixed boy. He's his mom's black, his father's white. His father family is she says from the Gallo wine. They manufacture, they makers of that wine. So now she's young. She has a boyfriend, and this boyfriend is a pretty boy who wants to be a model, just like she wanted to get in the industry. So they both want to do certain things. So now she got her. It's like Bonnie and Clyde now. She has her man, and this guy, he's hustling weed. So they in college. They the light skin crew. Okay. They the in crowd. She has the weed. They have the weed. She's of the street life now. You know what I'm saying? They moving the weed. They making money. They getting high as freak. They drinking. She's a party girl. She's a super freak. They got a little bit of money, so now they paying the fees. So now they get with this agency. And they need the biggest agency. What's the biggest agency out there that you know? Anybody who got this on their resume, they gonna get in. So what's the industry? Wilhelmina. So we gotta get up out of here. So, but before that took place, something has to happen to her. She has to be completely traumatized, whereas now she don't have no cares. And what makes her completely traumatized? Her porno tapes make it to her family. Her family see the porn tapes and they shame her to a point where she says, you know what, this demon in me, this lust for this money is deeper than you, mom and dad. I don't care that you've seen these tapes of me. I understand that you know you hurt, but I gotta get this money. Like I say, when that demon gets a hold of you and you like, I don't care about no one, I just want to get this money. You know what I'm saying? I gotta get this money. Mom, I know I broke your heart. I know but I'm no longer your little girl. I'm a grown woman now. I can do what I want to do with my body. You know, what was her defense when she seen the video playing, her parents watching it, and everybody looking at it like, yo, man, what's going on? The shame that she had was such a high level shame that she rebelled instead of getting herself better to get back the love from her family. She says, F my family. My family's going to be this money. And any and everybody that helped me get this money is my new family. So once she decided to leave her internal family and she decided to go get the money god family, that's when the devil said, now it's good. So now he has a recruit. So now she became a recruit. Now, once Adria English left the scene of her family, she mentally became a recruit for Satan. I need y'all to stay on board. Because like I said, we're gonna march on DC for these victims. We're gonna bring this type of victimhood to the spotlight. At the same time, we are not going to allow these victims who are villains to be glorified, nor to lynch these men. It's like we're not going to allow them to lynch these men the way they're trying to lynch these men because they're in the Jezebel spirit. See, that's basically what happens. Once the shame is gone, now the Jezebel spirit lives on. And that's what happened with this young lady. Now she has a Jezebel spirit because now she's leaving a family. She's like, yo, family, I love you. Sorry I hurt you. But right now, I got me this man that he got my back, and we a team. We a partnership, and we're going to get this money. We're not going to struggle. I'm going to become famous one day. And I'll make it back up for you, Mom. I'll buy you a house. And then me selling my coochie and with all the things that you see me do, now you understand. It'll be worth it once I can buy you a house. You will forget about me being a whore because I bought you a car. That's how the demon God gets you to start thinking. But no, it don't work that way. Because it's going to keep driving you. It's going to keep steering you further and further and further away from your destination. So, like I say, you know, they going out for these auditions, you know what I'm saying? They get an audition and the dude go down and he goes to the audition, and Sean Combs likes his style. Sean Combs like him. He likes his photos. He likes his comp cards. He likes the way he looks. He likes him so much that he wants him to give him some head. That's how much he liked his comp cards. That's how much he liked his whole everything, that he wants him, this guy who came all the way from California to get into the industry he wanted to be a top model. He wants to see his face on campaign. He wants to see his face on billboards. He been working out. He got all the abs. He been working out. And all Puff see is, yo, and And yo, he didn't know what he was walking into. Puff wanted this man to give him head. And this man was not gay. So this man left. Now, what's scary is that if that was me in a situation and that went down like that and I left, I'm not trying to go back because it's already been told that, yo, this dude is fruity. And now I'm turned off. I don't even want his money because he came at me. If the main person turns up and he comes at me and it's the head of everything, what else is there to look forward to in that whole situation? So that would have just kind of like crushed my dreams itself, to be honest. But when the money guy has a hold of you, it's like, okay, say no turning back. So Sean Combs know he did something wrong in that situation, but he knew that he could do something right in that situation because he knew he had money, he had power. So sometimes in order for you not to blow up your spot, because he knew that this dude was the type of dude that blow up the spot, he had to go about a different angle. So Sean Combs sent one of his female goons back to them to reach out to him to give him a side gig. So Puff have this chick called Tamika Thomas. Puff get TT, Tamika Thomas. So Tamika Thomas, we looking for you. We looking for Tamika Thomas because Tamika Thomas is very crucial to knowing how deep this rabbit hole goes. Tamika Thomas, I'm calling you to the witness stand. Tamika Thomas, where you at, Tamika? We want to know. You're not going to, this is not something that we can just push underneath the bush. If you're innocent, come and cut down this cherry bush. Get this bush from over you, because Tamika Thomas, me listen to the story. I believe that you was also one of his hit group women. You was like one of his agents. You was a special agent for him, Tamika Thomas. Diddy had a lot of special agents, and Adria became one of his special agents. One of Diddy's special agents, like Charlie's Angels, you became a Diddy angel. You was a DA. Tamika Thomas. So Tamika Thomas came to him and gave him another offer, one of the all-white parties, to be part of the all-white party. So Sean Combs was very smart because Sean Combs know that, yo, look, this dude gonna be passing this negative energy about my name, but what we gotta do is we gotta get him. Sometimes you gotta keep your enemies close. So Diddy decided to keep them close. Okay? You're not going to have something on me, and I don't have nothing on you. So the only way that I can win is by keeping you close, and then getting and having something on you. Okay? So I would like to know what Sean Combs have on that dude. What's his name? Did I write his name down? Damn. I don't remember writing his name. But whatever that young lady's boyfriend was at the time, whatever his name is, he too had something to say because Sean Combs compromised him. He got compromised sometime in this whole time frame. I don't think that he's still straight. I think he got compromised. He did something that got him quiet. Because if Sean Combs came to me and said, yo, I will give you the job, but I just need you to suck my dick, and I was part of this internet world, no, the world's gonna know that shit. What? You did what? You want me what? Come on, man. I did all this work for you to come and say I can make you famous, but all I gotta do is suck you off. That's crazy. So Tamika Thomas is a woman that we need to speak to because Tamika Thomas is definitely a accomplice, but also we really would like to know what Adria English, her boyfriend, has to say. We want to know that story. I want to hear from his mouth the whole Sean Combs situation. But if his mouth can't open up to talk about it, it's because in his mouth he probably still got Diddy balls. Oh, I don't mean to say it like that, but because these are victims, but he might have Diddy balls in his mouth. You're only a victim when you're a child and you really don't know what you're doing. But when you know what it is and you chasing this money, by all means, and you keep staying around these little demons, then you get joked on. So I want to know if this guy has Diddy balls still in his mouth that he can't speak. Because this young lady, Adria English, she's content. She's already welcomed who she is to herself. A lot of people that have not welcomed who they are to themselves. But this man needs to be heard because the man of the boyfriend of this girl, if Sean Combs asked you to come down and wanted you, and reviewed you, and they was going to hire you as one of their models for their campaigns, then we want to hear from you too, because you was at the parties, you got hired, right? So let's get back to Tamika. So Tamika put them on to this all white party. And so it was for a Sean John campaign, okay? For the Sean John campaign. When the clothing line was coming out, we need these models to models our clothes. Oh, this was a great time in life back then. The 90s was dope. The 90s was dope. Trust me when I tell you that. And so he was part of the campaign. He was in all the ads and things like that. But when you Google, she said, but when you Google it, it's completely clean. It's wiped clean, like he didn't exist. That's what I'm trying to tell you, folks. Sean Combs was brilliant. He knew that he put himself in a position where he was going to get exploited. And so he said, let me get this guy back in his office. Let's get him back and be part of the team so we can shush him up. We got to figure out how we're going to get this boy drugged up, and we're going to quiet him. We're going to silence him. Even if we got him on the payroll, we're going to keep him silenced. And we're going to get what we want from him now because he signed with the devil. Sean Combs was smart with the way he maneuvered to get these folks to really sell themselves. You know how they say, I sold my soul to the devil? Yeah. Sean Combs blew up his spot. He made himself known that for what he is and who he is. And then at the same time, he went and fished these people back into he fished the people back into the pond, back into the swamp. He fished the people, he pulled the people back into the swamp. He threw his fish rod into life in the world and reeled the people back into the swamp. And they are living in this swamp for 30 years. So many people living in the swamp in their minds for 30 years. They have all this in their head for 30 years. Adria English knew what she was. She knows more than enough as a sober woman of the lifestyle that she was in. Why is she speaking now? Maybe she was speaking 2 years ago. I don't know. But why is it that we've seen her now? It's not easy. It's very, look. She don't need these people platforms to blow up her story. All she needed was a smartphone and to put it on the same way I'm doing and tell her story. She didn't need to be on no one's platform to get this information out. That's what I'm saying. Right now, her story is an interesting story. It's a very vital story. It's the key story, but not for her to be a victim. She just told her herself she's an accomplice. Let's get deeper into the story of why I keep saying she's an accomplice. Like TT, Tamika Thomas. Tamika what? Yeah, Tamika Thomas. So Diddy purposely sent Tamika to lure them back into the game. Okay, so now they back into the game. because he could not allow that dude who he just asked to suck him off to be out in the world spreading all this negative, rumors, but not rumors, negative truth about Diddy. So Sean Combs sent one of his special agents to get them back immediately. Because Sean Combs get what he wants. Okay, he get what he want, right? So now they part of the Diddy family. He did the campaign. He's part of the team. But yet still, he's wiped away. He's not even. You can't even Google and see him on the thing. So it's like, is this a real story or not? It's a real story. He's wiped clean. Because it wasn't for him to be part of the campaign. It was for him to keep the secret. It was for him to get back into the swamp so we could get some dirt on him. Because it's a dirty swamp. We have to get some dirt on this boy. He's too pure. He's too clean. Although he's chasing his money. So but this thing was with her. She wanted, okay, now he's in spotlight. He's getting that campaign, you know what I'm saying? But she's like, I'm the pretty chick. I'm the pretty female. So now, you know what I'm saying? Here's the Jezebel spirit now, folks. She never said that she did a campaign. She never said she got a billboard. She never said that she had got an ad. I don't recall her saying that there's an ad about her anyway. The only time I heard her speak about her getting a photo op was when they took a picture of her and they put her in the magazine. I'll get to that. But there's no information about her making a Sean Combs campaign. There's no information of her having signed a contract and getting any type of fame for her singing ability or her beauty. So all what she was used for was to become a special agent. So now I want you to understand. Once they got her resume and understood her background, so your talent is laying down on your back. You did what? You did 8 videos? Now she's sitting back talking about she only did 8 videos in a 6-month time frame, and she making it seem like that's nothing. But to us men, we said like damn, you did 8 videos in 6 months? Oh, she down. And so now Sean Combs like, how can I really turn her down? How can I turn her away from her boyfriend and turn her out? I'm Sean Combs. I got the money. I just got to keep them separated. So we're going to separate the two. So now he's over here. He's doing him. He got him distracted while he has his little turnout crew. He has his women. Whoever seen the movie Devil's Advocate? He had his little women. Come on, girl, we're gonna go shopping. Come on, girl, we're gonna do your hair. Come on, girl, we're gonna get some this. He give him a little bit of money. Yo, take her shopping. Show her a good time. Make her feel good. She find out she like women. Find out if we could turn her out. So he uses special agents to lure that girl in to become one of his Diddy angels. Charlie angels, but a Diddy angel. But he had to separate the two. And so now he got this guy over here mingling, and we now turning this dude out, and we turning her out. So she wasn't gonna make it on this ad campaign. She wasn't gonna make it, in the videos. You don't see her in no music videos, Sean Combs. You don't see her doing nothing. But she was Sean Combs' special agent. She was a Diddy angel. Her job was to lay on her back. Her job was to be part of the sex tapes. Okay? How we do it? First, we start off by paying you to be part of the party. So now this is gonna be you. You're gonna have your little booth over there. You're gonna be cute, and you're gonna make sure that the drinks is rocking and rolling. And everybody's having drinks. And she's gonna be over here doing. He really did it in an amazing manner. Where she now is like, F my boyfriend. I'm part of the team. How can I really keep getting in? I'm close to Diddy. I'm getting closer to Diddy. I'm going to get me a record deal one day. Sean Combs says I'm beautiful. Sean Combs says, he liked the way I feel. So now she's part of the Diddy girls, and she's giving it up to Diddy. Because Diddy's turning her out, separating her from her boyfriend. So now she's getting a whole bunch of little gigs doing parties. Okay? And now we gonna get her on tape. We gotta compromise these people. I would like to know what happened to her boyfriend though. Because he's not sitting next to her talking. He's not around. Where's her boyfriend at? Where's that dude at? Because his story is a deep story. Because he said that Sean Combs asked him to suck him off. How many guys can come out there and say, yo, Sean, actually, Sean wanted me to suck his dick? How many people can come out and with a clean story? So if he haven't came out, that means that he got compromised. Something happened to that guy. He might have a mental health issue. He probably was one of these guys drugged up, sexing some old 10-year-old girl. Yo, we're going to be doing this advertising campaign, and you know what I'm saying, you're going to be around and around these all these people, and okay, so now he has this. Okay, I don't even want to talk demonic. I don't even want to talk like. But can you just imagine how it could happen for him to compromise this man, to get him where he's zipped up? Why he's so quiet? Why he's not on the internet talking about, yo, did you want me to suck him off? That you know what I'm saying? That image itself, he can go viral. Oh, like, I mean, he could have went so many different ways with that to be viral. All you had to say was Diddy wanted me to, and you gone. But why he can't tell his story? Because he's been compromised. He's not like this young lady. This young lady, it is what it is with her. She accepted it because that day that she got, that day that her family was put that porn on the screen and say, yo, what the hell is this? That day that she felt that embarrassment, there's nothing else that can embarrass her no more. All right. Once her family seen her and she realized her family seen her for what she is and who she is, nothing mattered anymore. It's about get money by all means. The only way I can make it back up is I buy my family some nice things. And that's how I make it up. Come back and buy my mom's a house. That's how I make it up. But right now, I'm going to get money. So she don't care. I can prove to you that she don't care. I mean, I got to skip pages to get to this to prove to you that she don't care. But let's keep getting through the pages because this live stream, we still on page 1. Shout out to you if you are tapping in. As you tap in, tap out, hit the like button. Thank you for tapping in. All right, folks. So, like I said, now he got them separated. He got the girl. She got her position because he had to get both of them in. There's no way that he can have just one in and not the other one. He had to have 2 people in. Okay, he had to get both because he already know that this guy. We know he told his girlfriend. We know he told. We know he told the girlfriend. We know that. There's no way in life that he didn't tell her. And so because we know he told her, okay, we gotta get her in the situation too. Where's she at? Bring her in here. We need her. And we got to get her compromised. This is scary. That girl, Adria English, might go to jail. She should go to jail, but she might be protected. But I'm telling you, she definitely was Diddy's agent. She definitely was Sean Combs' agent. She was one of the Diddy angels, a Sean Combs angel. Like Charlie Angels, she was a Diddy angel. Just like Tamika Thomas. Tamika Thomas' job was to get those kids back because we cannot have those kids roaming the streets passing these rumors. So we got to get them back. And now Adria English got compromised. Sean Combs, she definitely was part. She don't tell the story of the first time she had, she had sex with Diddy. She don't mention it, but she mentions it in other ways. She's not mentioning it because she cheated on her boyfriend. See, her story is like long, but the way she chopped it up when she did the interview, she really clipped and cut and edited a lot of little things out. I want to know what got them separated, her and her boyfriend, because like she says, saying she was laying in the bed with her boyfriend at the time, and they was butt naked, as she says, and she wakes up to a pillow being put over her head. I guess, what the hell are you doing, yo? And she like, what? And he said, yo, why are you in the paper? Why you got this? Cause obviously he didn't really want her to be around no more. But she like, nigga, yo, I'm in the mix. I'm almost there now. Don't be mad. Don't be hating on me now. Don't be hating on me because my career is about to boom. So that he got them separated, and then now he got in her head that her career is about to boom and blossom, and then he shut him out the industry. After he got with this, after Sean Combs got whatever he needed on this dude, so he can have his revenge. Remember, Sean Combs asked this girl's boyfriend to give him some head. So he had to get some type of revenge on him. Once he got the revenge on him, then he did he got them separated. And then he got into this woman's head, like, yo, we're gonna give you the world. You're gonna be the next Mary J. You're gonna be the next such and such. And he keep her around everything, keep all his little trolls around her. And now he got her separated from him. Now he don't need this dude no more because he already got this dude on tape. He already got this man's tongue. Okay, once he can silence this man, now he can take away this man's girl and turn his girl out. Oh yeah, that's how you do it. Now I got your girl turned out. Oh my Lord. I'm gonna do you and do her dirty. Why do you think it's called dirty money? I'm gonna do y'all dirty. And so he was doing this girl dirty. She was being used for any and everything. Because like I said, she did 8 videos. A woman, you did 8 sex porn videos, you were all in. You did 2, you all in, according to these predators. So give that heat a little break. It's pretty hot in here now. Let's go back. Did I tell you that she was a valedictorian in school? Did I tell you that she was, she was definitely a brilliant girl? She could have been probably a physician. She could have been anything. She can have a clean slate in life, but she wanted that fast cash. She wanted that fame. And she was willing to give anything for that fame. Giving up her body meant nothing to her. Do you understand what I'm saying? Giving up her temple was nothing to her. And when your temple means nothing to you, that's when the devil definitely can take over your soul. Her temple meant nothing to her. And that's when I feel bad, because when your temple means nothing to you, that means you really are valueless. I don't care how beautiful you are. I don't care how sexy you are. When it means nothing to you and you're willing to do whatever it takes for you to get some cash, and you giving up your temple, that means that you devalue yourself to a point where you actually are zero. Even if you're a dime, you're nothing no more, because you don't even value yourself. And that's what happened with her. And she was in the position where, what does she call it? Something coercion. She labels it. She gives it a name, but we get to that. She gives it a name. But you know that Sean Combs had this woman. You know Sean Combs had that woman. You already know that Sean Combs didn't have you in mind really as his wife, but something in you was like, I want that position. I want to be where she's at. You didn't care. You left it's like your boyfriend was a thing of the past at this point, because the separation that Sean Combs did, your career meant more than your relationship with this guy. Oh, you was hanging out with this girl. You was taking pictures with this woman. And making situations worse than what they are. And all this dude probably really did was just love this girl. But Sean Combs knew what he had to do. He had to separate the two so he can do what he needed to do. And this was definitely a sexual hit woman. Adria English became Sean Combs' sexual hit woman. And her job was to, if you want to get $500, I got 500 for you. $1,000 job, I got $1,000 for you. I need you to do this. These guys. So what's up with these guys today, Puff? Can you just imagine her sitting there smoking the blunt? Look, with her legs crossed, with her booty shorts on. Okay, talk about, so yo, what's the game plan today, Puff? We got these music execs that's going to come in town. They coming in. They part of this record label. I got to get them on camera. You know what I'm saying? I need you to show them a good time. Say, okay, that's it, Puff. How many guys, Puff? That's just probably going to be one or two. You know what I'm saying? It's just like an hour, nothing. You know what I'm saying? You can handle that, right? Puff, you already know. Yeah. Sip up. Can you imagine the conversations for her to really be trying to sit here and act victimish? She's not victimish. You gotta listen to her. She's not a victim. She's seeing an opportunity. This her time. This her moment in the spotlight. She's a victim, but she's not victimish. Damn, this is deep, ladies. I hope that you really are following this way I'm moving with everything. I'm doing the breakdown of Adria English. I want you to understand that she was a groupie from day one. In college, she was part of that pretty. She had a pretty boy. She was the pretty girl. They had the weed. They was making their money. They had all the people trying to be around them. That when they was in the industry, you know what I'm saying, moving up, all the little people that you see nowadays who was trying to get into the business, like Cassie, they was all in the mix. They was all in the mix. But they was like the heads of that mixed crowd. So everybody was in competition. Everybody was trying to move up. They was all in the mix together. Because like I said, those agencies, the most people had to go through certain agencies. And Wilhelmina was that pimping agency. Wilhelmina was that pimping agency, the recruiting agency. Yo, one day I went down there to one of their things and I saw all those females. I was like, damn. It was amazing to see so many women early in the morning, like trying out like all sorts of females. Like, damn, this is sad. I mean, I'm like, but I got to get in this mix. I got to get in this mix. I understood the game plan. I understood the memo. That's why we get into this, you know what I'm saying? We're going to march on Diddy. We're going to march on DC. We're going to march on Trump. Because all this ties in together because Trump is mentioned to be on one of these tapes. And if the Don is on one of these tapes, like I said, I don't think it's too crazy. But I think it's enough that he understands that he got to do something about it. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of these women are being sent straight into the sex trafficking ring. You talk about you saying the prisons. You have male prisoners and you have female prisoners. The male prisoners are being sent out of those prisons, given a gun, given the drugs, given that the outlet to where it's all about. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a drug outlet, like in Spanish Harlem, go right there. You know, that was definitely '90s. Everybody knew where to go. So my thing now is the women. Where we send the women? Sex trafficking. My lord, yo, that's a gold mine. You being released from jail, and all you gotta do is give us some coochie. You talk about a woman who's been locked up for 7 years. All you gotta do is make some money by selling some coochie. She was locked up for 7 years. She gonna go and get that money. She gonna do what she gotta do for this freedom to be in America's soil. Man, look, what I gotta do. And like I say, you know how many women's being used as Diddy angels, Charlie angels, sexual hit women. So Andrea English was a sexual hit woman. Her job was to compromise men in powerful positions, get them in sexual activity, and she had to bring in girls. Her job was to bring in women too. She was a recruiter, like Tamika Thomas. She was a recruiter. And she said one of the people that she had was at one of these parties was one of her little friends. And she said it was a young girl, like around 14 years of age, a young girl. What you mean you had one of your friends was this was a person you brought in? Because like I say, like Mary J. Blige, I'm sorry, I'm swinging way off to Mary J. Blige out of nowhere. But Mary J. Blige back in the beginning of Bad Boy, when they was doing their parties, it always boiled down to, yo, man, yo, we need some girls at the party. Yo, I know you got some live girls. I know you got some girls. They fucking. I don't know if they fucking puff, but y'all, I mean, you know, they be partying, they be chilling, they be partying, you know what I'm saying? They down. Word. Oh, you got some down chicks? Yo, invite them. Tell them they'll be doing this party. Tell them we got this party going. So yes, the girls was used to be recruited for the girls. We men are not being able to bring mad bad chicks to the parties. The females got to recruit this shit. That's what makes it jump and move faster when your females out there recruiting females. Oh, I bring my girls, and my girls gonna bring some girls. What did he say? Oh, you got some friends, so tell your friends to tell friends. Then I can tell my friends. We can all be friends. That's how it went down. Tell your friends to tell their friends, and I tell my friends, and we can all be friends. That's how it was. The turn-up parties happen, and then we find out who's down for whatever. Oh, son, yo, she's getting, yo, right there. Oh, get her. You know what I'm saying? Get drunk and see who turns up the most, where and how, whatever way, who don't care. We need that because we about to build this empire. So that's what happened. And Adria English was definitely a Diddy angel. She was used to gather and keep more women the same way she got lured in by Tamika Thomas. And her job is to make sure these women is down for whatever. So now she got that role, she got that job, but she's like, yo, Puff, what's up with the music? Yo, I got you. Things just been real hectic busy, but yo, I got this party going on. You want to make some money? Well, we're doing what? We got this thing, but this is the big one. This is the one. And so now this is the one that she gets gang banged in. This is the one that she's completely drugged out her mind because she's with it. She's been with it. It's not like she's doing anything against her will. She's not being forced. Not one time did she say in the video that she was forced to do anything. She always say that he has a certain way to have control over you. She never said forced. Okay, her story is only going to incriminate her. It's going to take her out of victims. It's going to take him out of being a victim, and it's going to make her become one of the criminals. What happened? Because my thing is, so what happened with you and your boyfriend in between all this? Was you staying at Diddy's house when you was in New York? I mean, I know you had your own apartment and everything, but was there a separation with you and your boyfriend? Was you and Sean Combs and having sexual activities? Was y'all intimate? Was he saying like you was some type of his girlfriend, something like that? Because let's keep with the story. Because let's put J Lo. Let's add J Lo in the mix. Okay. Did you meet? Did you see J Lo around the house? Oh yeah, I used to always see J Lo because me and J Lo used to have activity. We was intimate together. Huh? So if you and J Lo was intimate together, was you and Diddy Sean intimate together? Let's. She wanted that spotlight. And now she has the main spotlight, but like I say, she's incriminating herself. Big time. Big time. She called it coercion of the heart. Coercion of the heart. What is coercion of the heart? How, if you had a boyfriend, you not one time in the story when when y'all was together, you mentioned anything about coercion of the heart, or something somewhere down the story is coercion of the heart. Years of sex in high profile people. She said that women was instructed to drink from as at the parties from these glasses, and men was instructed to drink from there. You're not gonna be like, why? What's this all about? They knew what it was all about because, like she says, everybody was doped up. You know that you was doped up. You sitting there like, yo, son, yo, I'm fucked up. Yo, you look crazy, yo. You are, yo, your eyes are fucking bloodshot red. They're mad close, yo. What, yo? Oh man, understand? And that was an ongoing everyday thing. So she knows what she was doing. She was there because she was a junkie. She was in the mix. There was nothing about this woman's story that made her a victim. And I'm not taking nothing away from this story. I'm really adding to their story. I'm not taking nothing from them. Was she a victim? Was she part of something? She was part of something, yes. Was she a victim? That's what she really have to prove. And listen to her story on the breakdown. As I'm breaking it down, I don't see nowhere in here as her being a victim. Not yet. Not even on the point of being drugged, because I think that they all knew what it was. They looked forward to that next level high. That was like a rich high. And if she was down with the female thing, most likely she was in with everything, because it's easy for you to say I ain't going if you're not with it. She gave up on her family. She gave up on her boyfriend, and she wanted that Diddy life. So now what these drinks was, she said these drinks was laced with horse tranquilizer, ketamine, ecstasy. Yo, we all have friends who we grew up with. We all have somebody we know that be into these recreational drugs. I ain't talking about meth. I ain't talking about these hard drugs. I'm talking about these recreational drugs. Percocets and and drinking and ecstasy big time, especially at the time. Ecstasy was ridiculous at the time. But when you take in all these other sexual motivated drugs, and then you added cocaine and all this other shit to it, I'm talking about party drugs. When you dealing with party drugging, okay, when you do party drugging, and you getting it free, you just gotta show up to the party and just be happy and be as gay as possible. I'm not talking about fruity gay, but I'm really talking about this happy and showing no anger, and you get free drugs, you get free drinks, and that's a routine. All you gotta do is just bring more people to the party. That's a problem. And so she was all in. She loved the New York lifestyle growing up, like she said, in California. They loved the New York musicians. They loved the whole New York style. They loved it. We know it. We love it too. And so when you looking from the outside, you like, yo, I gotta get in. When you looking from the outside, you like, yo, I gotta get in. That's crazy. When you looking from the outside, you saying, I got to get in by all means. I got to be part of this mix. And she became a Sean Diddy Combs hitman, where people start calling her Puff. You know what I'm saying? When they start calling you, who you say is the victim or victimizer, and they start calling you that person, that means that there was something about you that you was going all in. And if you listen to Ali Carter said the same thing. She was just, when she realized what it was, she just was all in. She became that lifestyle. She became that lifestyle. It wasn't until they all seen this girl get her money that they all coming out. Folks, yeah, I know this was not going to be one of those lives that I can get many views on because the people know that I'm going to say some on this situation. People might be watching a football game. They might be, you know what I'm saying, they might be distracted. But this is the one that not got to be heard because I'm not giving these girls victim cards. I can't. I would say I sympathize with them, but I can't get them the full blown victim card right now because as I listen to their story, as I'm putting everything together, and their words was, I was in. I was young, but I was in. Adria English, she was old enough to drive. She had a license. She was old enough to drink. She you don't understand what I'm saying? She was not that little typical 10-year-old. She wasn't kidnapped. She took her money and she did everything they need to do to be in the mix. They was paying rent that they couldn't afford to be in the mix. Her job was to help turn people out. Her job was to help make people become pedophiles. You understand what I'm saying? Her job was to help make people become pedophiles. So her job was to bring young girls in. So one of the young girls that she had, now I don't know if remember the movie Wolf of Wall Street, yo? And remember, Leonardo DiCaprio. And the reason why I guess he got that role in that movie because that part of with the drugs, you know what I'm saying, that was them in real life too. A lot of times they give these people their roles according to what they already did in life, behind scenes in real life. You know what I'm saying? So they know that he could play this part real well because he was many times caught and seen fucked up like that. So Leonardo DiCaprio, he was in the movie Wolf of Wall Street. And remember that scene where, you know what I'm saying, he got home from the club and he hit about just every single car in the world. Police came look that's real because a lot of these folks don't know what the hell they did the night before until you show them like, yo, son, look at this. This was you. Like what? So she said J Lo, J Ho, you know what I'm saying? Jenny from the block. She wanted to remember Jennifer Lopez. She wanted in just as bad, and she danced her way into it. Now she's on that show in Living Color. She dancing away her ass big as F. She's in the mix. I can sing, I can dance. So she can sing and she can dance, and she want her shine. But right now she's working. She got her job. She's on the show. In Living Color. She's in the spotlight. Okay. But she have to do a little bit more to be able to really go from the spotlight. Because In Living Color had a lot of banging chicks on there. What happened to all the In Living Color dancers? Why is it that the Spanish girl, out of all the girls from In Living Color, was the only one that really blew up? Because I don't know anyone else that blew up from In Living Color. You know what I'm saying? Who else blew up from In Living Color? What other female that was a dancer blew up from In Living Color? So that's what we talk about. So J Lo, she blows up because she was probably living with a sexual god, and they knew that. And so when you live with a sexual god, you in the mix. So they said that Jenny was so high that she sexed an 11-year-old girl with a bottle. She molested a girl with the bottle. And it's the same girl that the image that you see with the people eating off of her. You see, there's images on internet. You see a female laid out on the table, and there's a whole bunch of food all over her. That's I forgot what that's called. This I met this one girl. She was into shit like that. She was really into stuff like that. And the weirdest thing, there's an actual name for that. Like an actual name for eating food off of people is an actual name for that shit. I don't know. I can't remember. So, you let me know in the comment section what's the actual name for it. And so, in that image you see, she says everybody was eating off of her, and then who? Adria herself said that she sucked a strawberry off of the woman's titty. So she was all in the mix, yo. She went to the table, of course, because you gotta have the female do it, so everybody be like, "Oh, damn, yo," and so that makes everybody else feel comfortable to go and take a little hors d'oeuvre off the body. Okay, I eat that too. You know what I'm saying? So you have all this food until you eat it all off the body until you now she's butt naked. So the all the food was covering her body, and you got to eat it off the body to reveal her body. Crazy. But in the world of that, where they at right there, that's what they at. That's where they at. That's where they at, folks. It is what it is. That's where they at. And where they at is living with this sex god. So the same little girl, she claims that Sean Combs had to have 3 abortions. She had to have 3 abortions. She said that the same little girl, your boy Nelly, and Sean Combs had a threesome with. Why didn't she come out then if it was such a problem? You know what I'm saying? If it was a little girl, if it was such a problem of the girl being a little girl and young, why didn't she come out? Why didn't she run to the radio station? Why she didn't tell on the situation? Because she was all in. Probably too scared to hold him on, blackmail him. Probably didn't know how to go about it. But she could have went to any and everybody. That's a big story. But she didn't because she was all in with the shenanigans. She also was at the party where everybody seen Denzel Washington when he's leaving out, and everybody want to know what happened, why Denzel freaked out. Well, she basically said, well, Denzel was at the party, and saying, and the girl, saying she had the shit, and Diddy didn't allow her to shit, and then she shitted on herself on stage, and Diddy beat her, and then Denzel left because of that. But if the girl never shitted, then Denzel's story would never been out there of him leaving out the party disgusted. Everybody think that he was disgusted because of the situation at hand. No, he was disgusted with the level of the situation. Like, damn, Diddy. but he was still there and he knew. I can't wait to hear the Denzel Washington testimony on the situation, because now all of something, you hear what I'm saying? Now Denzel Washington is kissing men in his 60s. What do they have on Denzel Washington that makes him say, I'm going to kiss this man? It's not about no money. You're not going to tell me that Denzel Washington is 60 some years of age and he's being forced to kiss a man because of economic woes. There's no way in life and Denzel Washington have to be kissing some man in a movie because of economic woes. The only reason why Denzel Washington is kissing a man in the movie is to ridicule him, shame him, and at the same time show his allegiance to the club. So as we keep hearing Denzel Washington's name mentioned, don't have an image of Malcolm X Denzel Washington. He's not Malcolm X. That was a movie. Your boy Justin Bieber. She knows so much about all these stories. Was she really in the mix? Was she really there? Was she third party hearing from this person, hearing from this person? What does she really know hands on? She knows a lot hands on. When I say she knows a lot hands on, she knows more than enough hands on. More than enough hands on to, like I say, be accomplice because they was calling her Diddy. So she was down with it. She laughed about a lot of stuff. Nothing really moved her in the way that, you know what I'm saying, probably was like, oh, this is bad. She probably was not thinking about things being bad anymore. She probably was at the point where everything was okay. It was all part of the lifestyle. She probably was like, it's part of the lifestyle and it's all good. Do you understand what I'm saying? I believe that with her and her mind, where she was at with it, whatever was going on was all good. Even as she talked about Justin Bieber being sexually molested, sexually abused by Sean Combs and his two sons. And she said that the young white girl was all in the mix too. What is this girl still doing around? How she's up in this household around this situation? Where did she come from? Who is she? Who's her parents? Where did they get her from? Like I say, yo, this trade of human trafficking is big and deep. And we have to really start looking at these politicians that's in the mix. They say that Kamala Harris slept her way up. I believe it too. One of my people showed me, I don't know if it was a cut and paste type of image, but they showed me an image of her. And I'm like, damn, that's crazy. I'm pretty sure she had a political train ran on her. I'm pretty sure she sucked someone off in position. Something. I'm pretty sure of that. I'm pretty sure that my assumptions could be correct. Because, like I say, these people, these kids, these come from somewhere. It's like a farm system. Now, this is the worst part. This is the worst part. When Sean Combs first came out and he was always parading around with that woman with the blonde hair, long nails, that woman always disturbed me. But this young lady is revealing, saying that that's not even Sean's mom's. So that means that Sean revealed a whole lot of little secrets to her. Somebody revealed some secrets to her. Somebody is the grapevine passed down to her for her to say that's not his mom's, that's his aunt. And they have some form of incest going on forever. And Sean Combs has been raised up incestful. He has an incestful type of mentality because he was raised in that way. They said his father was a ex drug kingpin, drug dealer. You know what I'm saying? Then they say that he was compromised by his aunt, turned out by his aunt, and now he's moving around like this, and now he's also fruity. That boy is all completely demonically infused. I bring that because mental health is real. So this man, she said that the daughters has been touched. Who needs to get this information for them to gather these people and really drill these people? Because Sean Combs' daughter's story is deeper than deep. And for some reason, I said at the beginning, before I even knew about this situation right here, I said they are scarred with something. They probably mad. I said they probably mad because the word is, that Sean Combs has something to do with their moms getting killed. They probably miss their mommy. All this that's going on with their dad, they probably love their dad, but right now they are probably at the point where they breaking. The feds are probably questioning them in the point where they like, your dad's going down, and I felt like they gave him up. But now hearing this part right here that Sean Combs used to have sex with the daughters, it makes me really think more that they gave their father up. You know what I'm saying? Daddy's a monster. You know what I'm saying? They twins. I'm pretty sure that one of them said daddy's a monster. There's no way that they both agree that daddy's the greatest dad in the world if they know something. If those two girls know something about their father, I'm pretty sure that they probably had something to do with helping getting their father locked up. Because if this is their way for getting paybacks for their moms, then so be it. Maybe I'm 1,000% way off. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Because their household is too crazy that you can't d- take out the fact that their daughters probably had something to do with daddy getting locked up. But when you take the story to the fact that now he's touching them, and how long was he touching them for? What did he do with them? Did he have other people involved with them? Was he using them for anything? Mask on, mask off? Because they said that it was Sean Combs and his sons that did what they did to Justin Bieber. They broke Justin. He used his sons to break Justin Bieber, and I can't imagine having my boys and watching and being with my boys as they touch another boy. That sounds crazy. I have sons and I'm with my sons while my sons is breaking this other boy in. That sounds really like, yo, what are you talking about? But for this woman to come on these screens and say it, it has to be truth to it. She's not going to get on the cameras and say that she was on videotapes with pornography. She's not going to get on camera saying, my mom's and father seen my tapes. I was totally embarrassed, still embarrassed to this day, but there was no turning back. She's not going to go and say all these things to incriminate and embarrass herself if it's nothing true. So Sean Combs with his sons raping Justin Bieber is itself is like, who would just come up with that story? Who said, hey, I'm going to make the blockbuster story of the decade. And I'm going to add Justin Bieber to it. I'm going to add this other little white girl to it. I'm going to add a bunch of little white people to the story. And I'm also going to put this to it and have J-Lo in it. Yeah, we need J-Lo. And J-Lo got to take this bottle. She got to stick in this girl butt. How do you just make this story up? like that. This is not no story that you got your little typewriter and you saying, yeah, yeah. And J-Lo, you know what I'm saying, she was so high that she didn't know that she was stick. No, you don't make up stories like this. This is things that your eyes seen. For you to say J-Lo, Nelly, Denzel Washington, for you to just throw these names out of nowhere, it has to be something that you've seen, not something that you know you're just making up. Diddy and Nelly had a threesome with a little white girl. J-Lo sticking bottles in this little white girl body. Denzel Washington leaving because this little white girl freaking took a shit on the stage. Like, who makes this up? Not even Steven Spielberg could come up with such graphic, detailed works of art. And he made Star Wars. So I want us to understand that this story that this young lady is just spitting out is real stories, but she herself is a real problem because she was really in the mix. And I can just imagine her sitting on the bed with her legs crossed in booty shorts saying, who's the next victim now, Puff? What's the next party? Who's supposed to be coming through? She said she might have she said Jacob the jeweler might have been in the video where he got his booty, touched. It's like I want you to understand that she is in the mix, and she's not only in the mix, but she's in the mix on the level of being called a Diddy. If you say, yo, you like everybody say, oh, you just like Umar, you just like Umar. Like what? But for her to be even saying, yeah, and I can imagine her like, yeah, smoke her big old blunt, yeah, just like Diddy. Yep, I'm that Diddy bitch because she's that chick. She says, she says, where's the little girl Ava? Remember, folks, the little white girl Ava, the one man Diddy, Sean Combs, like I adopted me a little white girl. I'm like, yo, that looks so creepy. But she's screaming, "Where's the little white girl? Where's Ava? Where's Ava? We need to have a campaign. Where's Ava at? We can." It's like, yeah, we need to make flyers, and she said, yeah, we can make flyers. We can make T-shirts. We can make booty shorts. We can be twerking. She's standing up twerk. What? Make booty shorts would put where Ava at and we could twerk to it. Her mindset is way deep into that mix of raunchy, ratchet chicks. She was in the mix. She's not a victim. She's accomplice. She's on stage trying to throw Sean Combs underneath the bus because he's locked up. She's trying to get into action and she's trying to get some of that money. But it's too late, sweetheart. You had the story way before the story was out. You was the story. You were the story. You was part of the story. Your eyes seen it all, and you could have came out way before. But for some reason, you didn't. Why now? Why now? You could have been the livest thing on the internet 4 years ago. Why now? Why now? Every time Sean Combs' name popped up, your name was supposed to pop up with it. You supposed to be in the algorithms with Sean Combs. And you could have did that without being on anyone's podcast. Why now? So everybody's running around saying, screaming, oh, Sean is this and Sean is that. What about her? What about her? Because she was in the mix. I'm pretty sure she left her boyfriend to be part of this mix. I'm pretty sure that she left her boyfriend to be part of this lifestyle. She already left her family. She gave up on her family. She's like, I'm embarrassed. I'm out. Pew. And I'm pretty sure she don't disappear on her boyfriend too because now she's with Diddy. She with Sean Combs. She don't need nobody now. All she gotta do is what Diddy need her to do. What you need me to do now, Sean? When we gonna go to the studio, Sean? Oh, we don't worry about the studio. We're gonna touch that up. I got some producers coming in from Cali, yo. I need you to show them a good time. You got some money for me, Sean? Yeah, you already know. She was in with everything. And she called it coercion of the heart. She said gassing her up, drugging her up. No, you was in the mix. This is what you wanted. And the FBI's is one. She said that she only found out about a lot of stuff because when the FBI's got the tapes, they reached out to her. I don't know how they was able to find her. It's crazy, yo. So they was able to find her, contact her, call her into the office. They show her the tape, and on the tape she says, "What?" As we're now an hour and 45 minutes in, she says she see that she's being gang raped. And this is crazy because I remember I don't know what the hell I stumbled onto, and it was this dude. It was like a porno thing. I really don't like watching the shit, but it was something I'm like, what the fuck is this? And he was like, it's like strangle fucking her type shit. You know what I'm saying? And then making her, give him oral, and then she was throwing up, and then he had her eating the shit. And I'm like, why is she doing that? It was like, what the hell is, ew. And I had it like, this shit was crazy. And so I bring it to attention, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, when I'm hearing them talking, Ali said it and she said it, like, I'm like, was that a tape that they put online? And that was really one of these victims? What did you witness when you seen that? Was that one of these tapes that they are talking about? It was something random that just came across. I can't remember what it was when I was watching what I'd seen on. I don't know if I was in my perverted mindset and I was looking at something, and then it all came across. But I just know that the girl was eating shit. I mean, she threw it all up, and they would say, "Eat it, eat it." She's eating it. Like I say, that might have been elite tape. And this wasn't like this year, last year. This was years ago because I can't remember it. But what I'm telling you, I think I've witnessed a leaked tape of what they really be doing behind the scenes when they gang banging and all that shit. Like I say, a lot of women they victims only when they feel really bad, bad, bad. But realistic victims, I can't give a lot of these women the victim card because a lot of these women, even though a lot of these guys they're violent, they out of control, but you already knew that before you got that deep in it. But your lust guard that lingers over you kept you in that mix to keep turning you out to a point where you just it breaks you. And so a lot of women they are in the mix and they down with this shit. And they want their street ability card, they want their hood card, they want their hood points, they want their hood credibility because they was valedictorians, they was preacher daughters, you know what I'm saying? They were good girls, and the good girls going bad is very important for a lot of these women. Make them feel, a little bit more rougher and tougher. They don't like that good girl image too much. Girls don't like to wear dresses. I ain't say skirts. I said dresses. Our women don't like to wear dresses no more. They want to wear pants. They want to wear Timbs. They want to be cowboys. So they got to interact with cowboys and do cowboyish activities. And a lot of times they get caught up in the sex game. And because a lot of us love sex, like sex, want sex, we think is just part of the meal plan, meal ticket, but we don't understand that this dessert that they got on the after party is you the dessert, and everybody's about to eat off you. So, ladies and gentlemen, as she now is being pulled, her car is being pulled, and now she's dry. She's really snitching on the game because this is snitching on her behalf. She's snitching on the game now because, like I said, she was in the mix. She's trying to save her ass right now. We must always have care and concern for our victims, but we also have to really be able to truly identify who our villains are. And that young lady right there, she might need to see like 2 years in jail. in 2 years, according to what she probably was involved with, probably is nothing. Because I know in her memory bank there's a lot more information. She was too close. She was too close to everything at that time. And like I said, she was one of the down chicks. She was one of those women who's down for whatever. Because once you decide that you're going to have a record, you're going to record yourself having sex. Once you decide that, that means you down for like damn near anything. Because once you decide to put your privacy on that level and show your rawness at that level, that means that you would be down for anything. And that's what Adria English is. She's one of those down chicks who's down for anything. And street dudes love women like her. And sadly, women like her, they devalue themselves to a point where even though she's beautiful, pretty, and all this other stuff, she become nothing to a lot of real dudes. Just because they keep trying to be much more as a cowboy, and she's in the mix more. The more and more she gets in the mix, her 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 natural beauty as a woman is gone. Now you just become one of the niggas. You my nigga. And now once you realize where you at, then you look at yourself in the mirror. You don't love yourself no more because you became one of the niggas. But a lot of these females, they just keep digging and going deeper and deeper into that hole. And like they said, she was a Diddy. And she most likely was worse than Diddy. Hey, yo, Puff, let's get this nigga. Yo, Puff, let's get him. Initiating people to get. We ain't got no tape of such and such. Let's get a tape of this person. And can you imagine this? Sean Combs had to be sitting there watching the tape with at least one female. One of these females had to watch some of these tapes with him. I don't. I'm okay. Okay, we know he like dudes, but I really think that there's a few females out there that seen a lot of these tapes. Where they at? Are they all dead? Where they at? Puff getting drunk, laying in bed, reviewing his tapes. You tell me that he just have a secret room that he review the tapes in? Kim Porter was one of those females who probably seen these tapes and used to have to watch these videos with Sean. And they watched it as porn. Understand what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure that Sean used a lot of these tapes to watch like porn. Who was the female that he watched these tapes with? I believe and Adria English is one of those females he watched these tapes with. If Donald Trump is on the tape, I'm like I said, I'm 90% sure that there's a video of Trump. I'm pretty sure if there's archives of videotapes, I'm pretty sure that Diddy has some type of taping of Donald Trump because that's just like FUBU, the way they became famous. I mean, they had to run around and he had everybody hold up this FUBU's T-shirt and take a picture that way. Getting the pictures was very important. So getting in the pictures with Trump was very important for your resume. Yeah, I was with the Don. I was with Trump. Damn, you know Trump? Yeah, man, that's my man, yo. A picture, you can sell a picture. Like, man, it was just walk by. He said, Trump, can I get a picture of you? And he took a picture. And, oh, yeah, that's my man. I was at this event. Yeah. So the important thing in the 90s was to get with Trump. That's why all those rappers was rapping Trump, 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 Trump. So now you get pictures with Trump. So now if you invite Trump to your party, so now Trump comes down to your party. He make his appearance. So he, like they say, there's a difference between the party than the after party. So Trump was probably at a Diddy event. Now, if he was still at the after party event, meaning that he was with the girl, Remember, that was when, most likely, it was when Donald Trump was running, not for president, but was trying to run for New York City, be the Don of New York City. To be the Don of New York City, he had to roll with the Dons. So if that means I gotta go to this Diddy party to get this New York City underneath my belt, I'm gonna go hang with the Diddy, the Diddler. And so if he got compromised, imagine Donald Trump wasn't drunk. Imagine Donald Trump was sober. Imagine Donald Trump just was like, yo, shit. So you're saying it's the clear? It was the clearance room. So they went to clearance room. So Donald Trump is in the mix. They say she said that she was getting game banged by some guys, and Trump was there too. So was this her job to set up Donald Trump? Was this a specific job to set up Donald Trump? And she was 100% completely obliviated that she can't even remember that? How do you not remember you being with Donald Trump? You had to been 100% gone, meaning that she got herself gone, period, because to deal with the job that she was going to do, because she knew she had to do the job, so she got fucked up. But then she just got 100% completely fucked up, that they just had their way with all sorts of ways with her. Very interesting. Because right now Trump is running his campaign, talking about all the Mexicans, all the Honduras people, all the people who's coming from the borders and raping people. So Donald Trump is spending a lot of time talking about these people who cross the border and causing violent crimes. See, this is what I'm saying. I don't think so 100% that, you know what I'm saying, that he's part of, that ring, because he just stands too firm and too tall and strongly about what he's talking about. These immigrants is coming, they murderers and they rapists and they killers and this and that and that. He's standing way too strong on that. He got mothers coming up and giving their testimonies about their daughters being sexually abused by these migrants and killed by these migrants. And for him to be on the tape and be one of these individuals who are sexually assaulting these girls is not going to be a good look for him at all. So my whole thing is, I don't think that he was truly part of a lot of shit. I think that she just threw that out there, that he was in the tape, but I don't think he was part of the assault. I think that when they show her tapes, she's seeing him in the tape. One of the tapes that they was showing. But in regards to banging her, no, she would have definitely came and said, yo, like on the show, there was a candidate allegedly that was penetrating me as well. But she just said there was a candidate allegedly that was in the tape. See, there's a difference between penetration and engaging in the activity, or just being in the tape. So was he in the room watching? Whoa. And they're like, come on, man, you can jump in. And say, oh, nah, I'm not part of this. You know what I'm saying? Was it like that? Or was he partaking in the activity? Yeah. Rock, 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 rock. 1, 2, 3, 4, hit the pussy, make it sore. 1, 2, 3, 4, hit the pussy, make it sore. Was he part of that? Or was he just like in the room like, whoa, okay, you guys really got it going on in here, but I'm not with it. So like I say, it's like, what's the details? Give us a little detail. I'm sorry to be so, raunchy about it, but I just want to paint the picture for us to really comprehend what we talk about here. Because this girl is so about, where's the little girl Ava? Where's Ava? And she talked about we can twerk to it. That's scary. Like, what? Huh? Damn, girl. Sit your little old ass down. So I want to go back to the part with Diddy and his daughters because that is very vital to this whole situation. Donald Trump is really say he's going to come down on a lot of this sex trafficking and all this other stuff. Is he the reason why Diddy is in jail? Did he want to get his sex tapes? Did he feel a need to get the sex tapes? Like, but this didn't come out in the first term, right? When did Trump become president? Trump became president in what? 2016 to 2020 or 2020? He became president from 2016 to 2020, right? And Kim Porter was killed what 2018. So in between that, think about this timeline. So Kim Porter, she was killed. She was killed in what 2018. Donald Trump was president from 2016 to 2020, right? This tape comes out in 2024. I want to know if Donald Trump has something to do with Diddy being locked up. I want to know, like, did he get the word about these tapes beforehand? Did he want to see what level he was on tapes? Is Donald Trump a real alcoholic? Is Donald Trump a real drug addict? What is the story? Like I say, the march on DC is very important because we have to come clean on everything. We're going to talk and touch everything. It's going to be a celebration. It's going to be a meeting. It's going to be a everything, but it's going to be a wake up call. It's going to be a wake up call. The story with this young lady, Adria English, is I'm not going to lie, I believe her. I believe her, but I'm telling you, she is an accomplice. Her story basically is her incriminating herself. It's her letting you know that she knows was part of a lot of stuff. I'm not going to give her no space in saying that, oh, she heard this and someone told her this. She was in the spotlight. She was the main chick. For her to say they lay with her Diddy, that means that she's not no back burner chick. She was in the mix chick. She was one of those chicks that wanted to be part of everything. I'm pretty sure when the Making the Band came out, was she around in the scene at that time? Well, let's put it to you like this. If she said that Sean Combs' sons was part of this whole operation, and Sean Combs' sons tied down Justin Bieber and they had to poke him. Was it Quincy? Was Quincy part? How was Quincy? Was Quincy down with that? Because they said that she was dating Quincy Combs. Understand? This is the type of chick she is. She's really that type of chick. Like, I got something for his ass. She's the Jezebel payback chick. She's what Jezebel look like. Because she says the sons, but which son was it that had him tied down. Was Quincy one of them? What would be your reason of being with this guy? Because she wanted she loved that family lifestyle. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Like father, like son. She loved the lifestyle. She's part of that mix. She no longer is who. She's no longer Andrea English. She's Andrea Combs. And look, if she's dealing with the son, dating the son, and trying to take down Diddy, she's trying to inherit that empire because she's like, I helped build this shit. That dark web part. She helped build that dark web empire. She helped build that dark web empire, bro. Like I said, she probably knows a little bit more than what she really even telling us. Who's the girls that's controlling the cells of these tapes on the dark web? What's that operation really looking like? It has to be somebody who's really about that lifestyle, who has that mentality, that no care attitude. So my whole thing with Adria English is that the only thing that she's a victim of is a victim of circumstances. But she's not no victim of no sex trafficking. She's not no victim of no uh, prostitution. I mean, everything that she did because she wanted to better her career. She did everything to better her resume. Everything that woman did was for the evil, because that's what she was serving from day one. She moved in the Jezebel spirit, and that's all it was, folks. So whenever you see and hear about Andrea English, always remember that's what Jezebel looked like. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm just trying to wrap this up because I really broke it down for you. Jezebel spirit is what that young lady was moving in and stepping in. Adria English was what Jezebel looks like, because everything she did, she used the spotlight of others to get to where she had to get to. Whatever spot that she wanted to get to, that's what she did to get to that spotlight. And that's why this march from DC is very important. Because we as men gotta, it's gonna be hard because a lot of you men ain't worth nothing. A lot of you men already gave up on yourselves. You feel like you deadbeats. I understand, but we still gonna walk these streets. We still gonna organize, folks, because we owe it to ourselves, and we owe it to these girls, and we owe it to their mothers. So, folks, like I said, I had to touch this topic. This was something that I wanted to touch a while ago. But in regards to the incest, let's go to a few things in the Bible of people who move with that ancestral lust. Because, like I said, Sean Combs with his daughters, like, I can believe that shit, like, to a high level, like, yo. And that's why I really think that those girls gave up their daddy. So, Genesis 20, Abraham marries his half sister. Samuel 2, Anon, the king of King James, he was James son, King James' son, rapes his half sister Tamar. Genesis 19, Lot's two daughters rape Lot. They raped their father. He was intoxicated. His two daughters raped the father. Exodus, Moses is born to He's born from an ancestral marriage. Moses is born from an incestuous marriage between Amram, his father, and Jochebed, his mother. I didn't know that. Okay, but Moses is born from an incestuous marriage. Book of Jubilees, Cain. Okay, Cain from Cain and Abel. We all know Cain married his sister. He killed his brother and then married his sister. A lot of people living in that Cain spirit. It's funny how we can say Jezebel spirit, but we don't use the terminology Cain mentality or Cain spirit. I'm going to start using that for a lot of you men. A lot of you men be living in the Cain mentality, a Cain spirit. You want to kill me, your brother, and then take my white woman. That Cain spirit. You want to kill me, your brother, and then steal my woman, steal my wife. Crazy. In the Hebrew books, sexual relationships between siblings from was forbidden for Jews but permitted by Gentiles. It was prohibited, it was forbidden for Jews, but it was permitted by the Gentiles. So, like I say, folks, this ancestral behavior goes way back in biblical days. It goes back to the lust god. Like I said, the lust god is real. And a lot of us is filled with that lustful demon. And Sean Combs, I don't know what to truly say. So I'm not going to say what I truly feel at this second. But, oh my God, yo, I have a lot to say. And I also want these actions to say a lot of things too. We got to get organized, folks. Because if you're not with this shit, if you're not happy with the way this is going down, hold on, I gotta kill this bug. If you're not happy with the way this stuff is going down, then you must join the team. You must get active. If you want these Diddy's, if you want these Sean Combs not to exist, if you want to save your daughters from these perverted uncles and these disgusting brothers that you have out there, if you want to save your little babies, we have to turn them in. We can't allow them to just keep roaming and living free. There's no way that we could do that. In order to save your babies, you got to identify the problem and then you have to solve it. And a lot of the problems is within your own family structure. Now, God would do away with them. He would give them cancer. He would break their body down. He would poison their system and let them rot slowly. But we also can do our godly duty as well. And it means identify them. Ladies and gentlemen, let's start identifying our problems in our communities and deal with them. Let's not allow these problems to go 30 years in, because it can blow up to something that will be worse than what it was that it started from. Whoever put that video out of Sean Combs, whoever put that first video out of Sean Combs with Justin Bieber and said it was something suspicious about it, whoever took the video and thought it was something suspicious, we need you to step up to the plate. We need to hear from you. It's time out for us to be quiet. Thank y'all for your listen ear. Thank you for your support. I know this was a tough one, but yo, we got through this one. I wish I did this live stream 5 days ago, but I didn't want to do it because the way I was going to break it down, I want everyone else to do their take on it. But I ain't watched none of these videos. I only watched this one video when I seen the girl and heard her story. I saw the interview and I put together these notes. I didn't go back and watch no one else's commentation on what they said about it, so I don't know what other people was talking and how they breaking it down. But what I'm saying to you folks is that she is not a victim; she's an accomplice, and all she trying to do is get that Sean Combs money. So if all the lawyers do is really come down on her and say she's just a money hungry chick, I'm gonna say I agree. I would say I agree. Yo, it's this little bug that's flying around and it's so annoying. So if they was to just say that she was trying to get a meal ticket and a check, I would say I agree. I concur. Now with the Allie Carter, her being much younger, I want to know how did she get in the mix. Now that's just the scary, spooky part about it. She don't. When she did a background check, she don't even know who her family really is. So she don't know how she got into this mix. She said she was in the foster care service. She was in the system. So her story might be a little bit different, but my stance on life is still the same. Was you being chained down, held down, hostage? Did you have the ability to leave and walk away? Now, if you did have the ability to be able to move freely, you wasn't being held down like a hostage, then that means that you freely wanted to go with the flow, Allie. And if you freely went with the flow, then that's another issue, that's another problem. Because, like I say, a lot of women are go with the flow type of people. They was going with the flow, and then they dealing with a whole lot of emotional disturbance that's of it, and they trying to figure out how they can be compensated. And then they see this woman getting kicked on YouTube, and they like, oh, well, I need to get compensated too. Well, was you ever violated? Was you ever kicked by Diddy? Was you ever violated by Diddy because you were trying to escape and get out the situation? If you don't have that type of story, then that means that you was collaborating with the party. And if you was collaborating with the party, that means that you somewhat accomplice. If you was saying to girls, "Come on, baby, we can do it. We can get through this. We just one more night. We can get through it." If you was encouraging the women to stay, and be strong. Come on, we just gotta be strong. We gotta be strong. We did this before. We did this before. You're a form of an accomplice. All right, folks. Thank you for your listening ear. The inauguration day march. We got to launch it. We got to do it. If you want change, join me. This rabbit hole is spooky.